Good evening, everybody. It's your boy JG Styles, and we're back at it once again for another diorama. All right, everybody. Okay, so this is it's part of a residence, part of a house, a mansion, a castle, what have you. It's supposed to be a dining room, heavily inspired by the Resident Evil um, series. And as you know, or you don't know, Resident Evil is one of my most favorite video game series of all time. I've been playing it for, well, ever since its conception back in the 90s with the Resident Evil 1, titled Resident Evil, when it came out on PlayStation 1, the classic. So I've been playing it, following it, watching it from then till now. And I'm going to keep watching it. So, if you don't know what Resident Evil is, it's about basically a virus that breaks out, infects a city, Raccoon City to be exact, and everybody who comes into contact with it turns into a zombie. So, the BSAA is called to go investigate, and when they go investigate Raccoon City, they get caught off guard. A bunch of zombie dogs, attack them, and they have to retreat to a mansion. So, that's Resident Evil 1. I'm not going to give you a whole spiel on it. So, what we're really here is to check out this dio. Now, this is one of my newest dios. So, unlike my other videos where I've done those dioramas months ago or even maybe a year ago, this one's one of my most recent one as of today, this week. Been working on it for 2-3 weeks, off and on, here and there. And today's the day to showcase it and throw it out there. And I don't really, this one, there was many ways I could have gone with this. I knew what I wanted to do with diorama. That was from the Resident Evil series. But I didn't know what. I mean, there's so many different themes, settings, locations, buildings, cities, environments that that series covers. So, the dining room was, a a really popular, famous part of the game. The dining room in the Resident Evil game is where it's probably the second place you go in the whole game, after the main hall or the main entry, the vestibule. So, okay, so let's get into this one. I'm gonna go ahead and go mobile here, if you don't mind. I wanted to finally put this diorama on a tripod, but didn't get my tripod done on time. I got about maybe 5, 8, 10% done. I mean, done. Left to go to finish this one. I've already posted this diorama on Diostructure and my social media page. Now I am shooting a video for my channel, JG Styles channel. Okay. As all my dials, majority of my dials, all my dials really, this is foam board. And with with a combination with a hint of balsa wood. Okay. And we got some props like these guys, this guy, and that, which comes from an action figure setup. And we'll get into that here shortly. Okay. I'll give you the stats here in a while, here in a little bit, but kind of want to just go through everything and cover what's going on in this diorama. All right, so we'll go start with the floor. This is a hardware floor. Okay. I want to get, before I get a little ahead of myself, I want to try something new in my future videos. I want to try to showcase and kind of show my methods and the way how I do things, and give you guys a sense of how this is done, kind of like a how-to, or give you some tips, tricks, and advice, and some pointers on how I make my dioramas. So I want to get into that. This is not that video, but soon it will be. Okay, so we got a hardwood floor. Okay, these are all spread about a ½ inch. Okay, so what I do there, or what I do with everything, measure it, go through with a X-Acto knife, trace it with the X-Acto knife, and then to get a score, something with a solid edge at the bottom of it, kind of like a hard pen, and go through the lines one by one to give it a more of an indentation. Okay, and then here there's different ways you can make this this wood appearance. But basically what I do is I'll take a sharp object and I'll just kind of make designs in the wood, the floor there. Okay. So there's a lot of these panels here, as you can see. This one took me a while. There's a lot of texturing and a lot of prep for this this floor. Okay. Not only do we have the hardwood floor, but we also got the hardwood floor sitting on top of a concrete slab. Okay, and that's the case for all buildings. Majority of the buildings sits on a concrete slab. Here, as you can see, I have texturized it. Let me just grab this real quick with something like this, a rock from outside. Okay. This is not the only rock I use. I use a few different rocks, but here's the one I use for this guy. Just press down on it every so often. Okay. So that's my concrete slab. Okay. So let's get into the actual room itself. Alright, this door, I'm very proud of my door. This is a new door for me. As far as the type of door and the style. This is a residential door. Most of the doors I do, most on my dioramas, are more commercial and exterior, outside doors, heavy duty doors. This is a residential one. So there was a lot of texturing and designing for this door. I took a rectangle. Well, first off, before I did anything, I measured everything. Measured those 6 rectangles. Had to get my spacing down to be, to be exact, precise. And then I went, after I got my shape, then I went through with a rectangle object and just pressed down in every one of those guys. And it was my intention, my purpose for this to show this cracking detail here. I wanted to do that on purpose. So foam is really fragile, so you can do that. It's very easy to manipulate. Hence, that's why we have all kinds of dioramas. Okay, this one I don't have a doorknob. I need to work on that. Putting doorknobs on my doors when I do these videos. My final product I will have the door, but this one I just didn't. Okay. But yeah, it's my door. I think it's about a 7-foot door, or no, maybe no, not 7 foot, 8-inch. So that equals out to 8-foot door. Okay. Got our trim. This is just balsa wood. This is supposed to be an exhaust, or no, this is a supply grill, feeding air into the room. Okay. Got these panels, the wall panels. This is from Michaels. It's just, I think Mayberry line. All right. So here we got a crack in the wall. All right. So, if you haven't seen by now, this drywall sits on top of a brick wall. So the brick wall is the base, and then you got a drywall that sits on here. So in the life of this wall, somebody or something punched or shot or ran into that wall, cracked it up, and it just started peeling. And what you got is a cracked wall. Start peeling off. So these are my bricks. This is 1/2 inch by inch bricks. Whoops. Ooh, sorry about that. And got some cracks in it. And I'll show you how to do that one of these days. But you gotta get your shape. Draw out your lines that you want. Be kind of creative. And then you gotta trace those out with an X-Acto knife or what have you. I think a box cutter knife could even be sufficient. And then you gotta really get in there and give it detail and make it stand out. Okay. All right. This picture, if you don't recognize it, if you don't know Resident Evil, you're not gonna recognize it. That's for sure. But if you are a Resident Evil lover and you follow Resident Evil, you are going to know, or hopefully know, that these mountains here are the Arcalay Mountains. And you'll find these mountains, a picture of it in the Resident Evil game, the original. And you'll find these mountains, this picture, in the recently released Resident Evil 7 game, in the mansion. So I wanted to put that picture in there. That's the Arcalay Mountains. And in the mist, or in the trees, is the actual mansion. Okay. Alright, this is just from one of my Buffy the Vampire Angel action figures. My cup fell down. This is from my Diamond Select Alfred Pennyworth. This is actually mounted on here. This doesn't move. This is not gonna budge. It's super glued on. Okay. Alright, this right here, my wallpaper, is just paper. That's all it is. I printed out the shape and the design I wanted on my printer. Cut it out to the dimensions of that wall, and there you had it. So okay, what else? Please, everyone, I appreciate your comments, your feedback. Without you guys, this is impossible. I really do this for you guys. But yeah, if you can just give me your feedback, your thoughts, maybe some advice that you may have, I would gladly appreciate it. If you want to see anything in the future, please let me know. You can find me on Facebook, JG Styles. I have the Batman, the Dark Knight interrogation diorama that I did, seen as my profile picture. If you're looking for it, please um, get at me. Show me some love. It's all about networking. You know, not perfect, and you know, so. But if I left anything out, I'll mention it at a later date, at a later time. But if you have any questions, concerns, comments, please leave those down below in the comment section. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do. With that, I think I'm going to sign out. My name is JG Styles, and thanks for watching. God bless. Peace. I'm out.